sectors. We welcome you to today's edition of the mainstream on TNT 102.5 FM. Of course, you know when the time is 7 a.m. We get to take you around the country via some selected national dailies to inform you, to reveal the latest happenings around you to your hearing. Of course, it's our duty to keep you abreast of the latest information around the country. On behalf of a producer, RGME Zubai, on behalf of a production team, we are saying thank you for joining us. My name is AFEEZ. Abu, the producer, is RGME Zubai. I will take you through the highlights, and of course, after that, I would serve you details to those top stories. And after that, we get to open the phone lines so you can be part of the program. Don't go anywhere. You have to keep it locked on TNT 102.5 FM. That's all for the city money code. You're going to try. Not that blessing. You imagine what is soon. Moving on to the headlines this morning. Federal government freezes 600 accounts, seizes 249 luxury vehicles. Irregular admission, JAMB, NUC threatening to sanction varsities. Fayoshe believes Alba uncontrollable as governor, ex-AG Ajayi. PDP neck divided over call for IU's removal. Fuel scarcity hits Abuja as marketers short stations. INEC deleting double registrants from voter register, Mahmood. Rivers won't give PDP free vote, says Wiki.
What is true? I don't know simple.
Now talking ASU strike, federal government to reveal no work, no pay decision, sets up committee. We've done all we can, federal government, and of course that highlight is still on ASU strike. Away from ASU strike, now let's talk air strikes. Hundreds of Boko Haram fighters flee to new location. Uncertainty as dollar spending limits, suspension of virtual cards, ground businesses in Nigeria. We've told Britain, others, what will happen to Nigeria if Northern becomes president. This is coming from Pandef. And out of the Green Chamber, reps tackle accountant general over record of 6 billion naira income generated by SEC. Herdsmen collaborating with terrorists to execute common agenda, Governor Tom tells USA. Certificate forgery. I never dragged Tinubu to court. Kiamo to Atiku scam. Only Nigerians who love a suffering will vote some parties. This is coming from Abdullah. Those who left destroyed PDP are now calling us boys. Wicked blows hot. Still talking 2023, Nnamani Chime to lead campaign for Tinubu in Enugu. Tinubu Peter Obi in war of words over fake news allegation. Lastly, on headlines 2023, Sultan Khan sign peace pact. These and many other stories will be coming your way on today's edition of the mainstream on TNT 102.5 FM. Once again, we welcome you to the program. My name is AFEEZ Abu.
And I am Blessing ADEOGUN. Thank you for joining us this morning. Take a break and come back to give you details to the headlines. What's the song? My level they set alarm on 6
Ṣé máa ṣí sítórì lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kí n máa ka sítórì? 8 minutes has gone past 7 o'clock on the from the studios of TNT 102.5 FM. We'll be starting from the Guardian newspaper this morning, and of course from the health sector. Doctor patient ratio worsening in Nigeria. NMA warned the plus became health sector pervasive insecurity threatens indefinite strike if Abia medics remain unpaid in 3 weeks. And of course, those are the writers to that report. The Nigerian Medical Association (NMA) has said the doctor-patient ratio in the country is getting worse, with a physician attending to more than 5,000 patients. The association, in a communique issued and jointly signed by the President and Secretary General, Dr. Uche R. Ojima and Jide Onyekwelu, yesterday at the end of its 2022 National Executive Council, NEC in Gombe, said NEC observed that one of the most serious obstacles to the development of effective health services in Nigeria is inadequate supply of skilled human resource. This has led to a serious manpower crisis in most health facilities in the country, with health workers already being overstretched, leading to serious distortion in the already poor doctor-patient ratio of 1 to 5,000 in Nigeria as against the World Health Organization recommendation of 1 to 600. The body said the shortage of doctors is currently driving the epidemic of physician burnout in the country, even as it decried pervasive negative effects of the burnout on all aspects of medical care, including lower patient satisfaction and care quality, suicide, and higher medical error rates. The theme of the conference was healthcare delivery in the face of insecurity. The sub-themes were health manpower planning, the challenges of physician burnout and brain drain in Nigeria, and re-emergent health issues, monkeypox disease and Marburg virus disease. Long update on health this morning. The report is on the Guardian newspaper with us highlight doctor-patient ratio worsening in Nigeria. NMA warns.
And, and I'll take off from the Daily Post newspaper, talking 2023. We've told Britain, others, what will happen if Northern becomes president, and this is coming from Pandev. And now moving on to the detail. Pan Niger Delta Forum, Pandev, has vowed that it will mobilize Nigerians to reject the emergence of another northern president in the forthcoming 2023 presidential election. The National Publicity Secretary, Pandev Ken Robinson, made this known when the leadership of the organization picked the presidential candidates of the Social Democratic Party Prince Adewale Adebayo a consultative visit on Tuesday in Abuja. Pandef plans to organize people from Niger Delta creeks to crack down on the alleged injustice against southern Nigeria. He said that under the current administration, some sections of the country have been treated as if they do not exist, adding that among the 17 military, paramilitary, and intelligence security agencies in the country, 14 of them are headed by northerners and all three from southern Nigeria. While it's a well-detailed one, it further noted that the Nigerian National Petroleum Commission Limited has 11 key management and board members, pointing out that while the North has 7 of these members, the South can boast of just 4. Well, you can always read more, and here is the headline. 2023, we've told Britain others what will happen if Northern becomes president, and this is coming from Pandev.
From the Daily Post to the Punch newspaper, INEC deleting double registrant from voter registrar Mahmood. The Independent National Electoral Commission on Tuesday said the estimated 3 million internally displaced persons would participate in the 2023 general election. The commission added it will display voter registrar across the country once it completes the ongoing automated biometric identification system to weed out all double, multiple, as well as ineligible registrants. The Commission's chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, stated these in Abuja at stakeholders' meeting on the 2022 revised framework and regulations for voting by IDPs. Yakubu explains that the revised framework had taken into consideration several developments since the last review and validation in 2018. He said the policy was to ensure that no eligible Nigerian is left out of the electoral process on account of displacement, disability, or other circumstances that may limit citizens' participation in the electoral process. One of such developments is the increased number of IDPs as a result of widespread insecurity nationwide. Secondly, to incorporate not only the displaced citizens arising from armed conflict, but also natural emergencies such as flooding. Right, for more on this report, INEC deleting double registrants from voter registrar Mahmood. The report is on the Punch newspaper.
And still taking news from the Daily Post newspaper, now let's talk security matters. Travel by road to Katsina, Zafara, Borno without security. Uriwa to Lai Mohammed, and now moving on to the detail. Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Uriwa, has described as irresponsible, irrational, and vacuous a statement credited to the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, that Nigeria's insecurity is no longer severe. In a quote, once more, we in the human rights community representing the voiceless and oppressed citizens of Nigeria and inviting the cabinet level Minister of Information to travel by road with no security cover from Abuja to Zamfara, Katsina, Borno, and then back to Abuja through the Lokoja Kwali Abuja Federal Highway. Riwa challenged the minister in a statement signed by Emmanuel Ngobeko, its national coordinator. The group said while making the journey, the minister should stop over at the Kene Highway near Ajaokuta in Kogi State. And then if the minister is able to embark on this journey, which should be televised live on NTA, Trust Television, and AIT, then maybe his statement about improved security may be listened to by right-thinking human beings that are rational. Well, it's a well-detailed one and interesting one, and adding this to it, Riwa said the information minister must be living on a very distant planet from the Earth for him not to be aware that in some parts of Katsina State, the home state of President Muhammad Buhari, armed terrorists have started carrying out government jobs and reportedly arresting petty thieves and handing them. over to the police. The group reminded Mr. that in parts of Kaduna State and Zamfara State, farmers non-pay taxes to terrorists, even as terrorist kingpin was recently inaugurated as a traditional title holder in Zamfara, depicting a failed state. You can always read more, and it's a very long one there. Insecurity, travel by road to Katsina, Zamfara, Borno without security, Uriwa to Lai Mohammed.
Still talking security matters from the Guardian newspaper. Bandits kill many in plateau villages. With the rider, soldiers rescue kidnapped monarch driver. Attacks by bandits in Kanam Local Council of Plateau State have claimed many lives, residents of the affected villages said yesterday. According to them, the bandits had attacked Kokawa, Gayambaro, Dongo, and Kiram villages under the council and killed many people. A Kukawa resident, Adam Musa, told journalists that many were injured during the attacks, while hundreds fled their homes, adding that security personnel were yet to reach the villages. Musa said some of the gunmen invaded the villages about 11 a.m. yesterday when the residents were going about their normal activities and started shooting sporadically. He said the bandits razed many houses. When contacted on the development, police spokesperson DSP Alfred Alabo promised to get back to journalists. And in another development, the traditional ruler of Pinal village in Wasi local council, Dr. Dadao Ahmad, and his driver, who was kidnapped on Monday, have been rescued by soldiers attached to Operation Safe Haven OPSH in the village. According to the activity deputy director of 3 Division, Rokoba Barracks, Jos, Major Isha Kutakwa said the victims had been rescued. Bandits kill men in plateau villages. This report, of course, it's an unfortunate development there. If you want to read more, it's on the Guardian newspaper.
And moving on, second verse from the Nation newspaper. Falana sues Buhari, others over Fuji attack, and now the detail. Activist lawyer Femi Falana San has sued President Muhammadu Buhari over the July attack by terrorists on the Fuji Correctional Center in Abuja. The terrorists released over 600 inmates, including 64 Boko Haram terrorists from the facility. The suit was filed by his lawyers, Mrs. Fumi Falana and Adiola Ademuwagun, on August 23 at the Federal High Court in Lagos. Listed as first to third defendants are the President, the National Assembly, and Controller General of the Nigeria Correctional Service. In the originating summons, Falana raised two questions for determination whether the defendants are not under a legal obligation to provide monitoring devices, closed circuit television, CCTV, and other instruments of restraint at correctional centers in line with Section 28, subsection 1 of the Nigerian Correctional Service Act. He also asked the court to determine whether the defendants are not under a legal obligation to establish and maintain a fully equipped armed squad, intelligence, and at correctional centers in line with Section 28, subsection 2 of the Nigerian Correctional Service Act. A well-dated one there, you can always read more, and here is the headlines. Falana sues Buhari, others over J attack.
Away from security matters, now moving to the education sector. On ASU strike, federal government to review no work, no pay decision, set up committee. And now to the detail. The federal government says it has set up a tactical committee to review its no work, no pay stance against striking members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities. This was disclosed by the Director of Press and Public Relations at the Federal Ministry of Education, Ben Gong, following the outcome of a meeting by the Minister of Education. Adamu with pro-chancellors, chairman of councils, as well as vice-chancellors of universities. The meeting was part of efforts to resolve the 7-month industrial action by lecturers of public universities. It said the committees to also look into issues of increase in salaries of the university lecturers and come up with workable solution. Of course, that's the latest development on education matters, tertiary education matters to the specific this morning. Also strike federal government to review no work, no pay decision. Set up committee. This report is coming from the Daily Post.
And I'm coming down to Kwara States and taking this from the Nation newspaper. We've changed the face of Kwara, says Abdul Razak. And now moving on to the detail. So parts of Kwara State is without appreciable positive imprints of the Otoge administration, Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak has said. The governor said significant progress had been made across all sectors since the assumption of office by his administration in 2019 to date. Addressing reporters in Lagos, Abdulrazak said his investment in healthcare, education, rural urban development, water facilities, and workers' welfare were so significant that emerging data showed a wide gap between what he meant and the current state of affairs. The governor said his administration has achieved a lot by working with development partners that had earlier left the state for lack of support, adding that the government now works with the Site Savers International to strengthen eye care service in the state. While it's a well-dated one, you can always read more and adding this to it, asserting that no electoral ward in the state is without positive traces of its administration. Abrazak said project inauguration is hardly a measure of development or performance. The governor listed many of the administration's completed projects such as road, water, health, and education across the state. You can always read more, and this is the headline on the Nation newspaper. We've changed the face of Quira, says Abdurazak.
We've done all we can, federal government, and of course, this is still on ASU strike. The federal government says it has done all it can to end the ongoing industrial action embarked upon by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. The Minister of Education, Adamu, who stated this on Tuesday while meeting with pro-chancellors and vice-chancellors of federal universities at the National Universities Commission, NUC, Abuja, said all previous efforts by the government to return the lecturers back to class have proved abortive. He said he and many government officials had engaged the union on several occasions to end the 7-month-old strike. We have done the best that we can in the circumstance. After interministerial consultations and rounds of hard negotiations with all government agencies who interacted with the unions, I personally gave it all it required to resolve the current challenges. I met the unions anywhere and everywhere possible with facts, with figures, and with absolute sincerity. For example, I directly met with ASU leadership in my house, in my office, and at the ASU secretariat on several different occasions, in addition to other formal engagements going on. He said the minister added that President Muhammadu Buhari had directed them not to accept any demand that is not feasible. Daily Post reports that ASU had on February 14th, 2022 shut down public universities, demanding full implementation of previous agreements the union and the federal government had entered into. Well detailed, ASU strike, we've done all we can, federal government. This report is on the Daily Post newspaper.
And can you get a phrase? So the talk as of strike confusion as universities set to lose sessions, admission seekers stranded. 7 months after the Academic Staff Union of University ASU embarked on strike, the end is not in sight. The industrial action, which the union usually reviewed on a monthly basis, is now indefinite, with both parties not ready to shift ground. Daily Post reports that development has brought confusion into the education system, with a set of students whose admission processes were concluded last year unable to resume, whereas another set of students sat for the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination this year 2022, with the developmental set of new students 2021 and 2022 are now waiting for resumption of their academic journey in some of the universities. According to a university worker, as it stands now, we have two sets of students ready to resume academic session. Those admitted in 2021 will to resume after the second semester examination earlier this year, 2022, but their dreams were cut short by the strike. Well, it's a well-detailed one. Among the breakdown of negotiations, the federal government had invoked the no work, no pay rule against ASU members, which now appears to be the major plug in the wheel of dialogue between both parties. You can always read more. A lot of reactions there. Confusion as universities set to lose sessions. Admission seekers stranded.
From the Punch newspaper this morning, away from education matters, federal government freezes 600 accounts, seizes 249 luxury vehicles. Now to the detail. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency seized no fewer than 286 assets and 600 bank accounts of drug barons between January 2021 and August 2022. NDLEA spokesman Femi Babafemi, who disclosed this in a document made available to one of the Punch correspondents on Tuesday, said the assets consisted of 249 exotic cars and 37 mansions. The agency's seizures came against the backdrop of a categorization of Nigeria by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime as the transit point for heroin and cocaine intended for European, East Asian, and North American markets. According to the UN agency, since 2004, drug traffickers have been increasingly using West African countries, including Nigeria, for smuggling large amounts of cocaine from South America into Europe and North America. The country has a relatively high rate of drug abuse due to the continued availability of illicitly manufactured and diverted pharmaceutical products containing narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. Long report on drug abuse and drug trafficking from the Punch newspaper with this headline: Federal government freezes 600 accounts, seizes 249 luxury vehicles.
The beauty of being a business owner is getting your products and services known to the world as well as a great profit margin. Do you want what you do to go beyond the shores of Africa? Do you want your occasion and events to get to your targeted audience without stress? Do you want your voice heard like never before? No more focus. TNT Radio 102.5 is here for you. Put your wares, products, and services right in the waiting hands of your customers when you advertise with us. This is this medium to thank our old and new listeners. We are committed to giving you the best of information, entertainment, and education always and every day. Do stay with us as we take a look. We take our commercial unit today for announcement and advert placement. TNT 102.5 along with the Sheikh Bulu, the Gabo Prosper, or telephone 0909 888 1025 or 0909 777 1025 or 0704 422 1025. TNT 102.5 FM Radio. It's your business, our platform, and your profit.
Gbangba fún méjèèjì ara lọ́wọ́ Mr. Tán fótó wọlé.
It's so good to have you back. Thank you for not breaking away. The program is the mainstream on Tiwantiwa 102.5 FM, and so good to have you back Welcome back from the commercial break. And I'm moving on. Taking this from the Punch newspaper. Those floating my debt will die first, and this is coming from Wiki. The River State Governor answered Wiki on Tuesday while alleging threats of his life amidst the crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party said those plotting to kill him will die first before they get to him. Wike spoke on Tuesday when he inaugurated a new faculty of agriculture for Rivers State University and commissioned the construction of residential blocks for the faculty in Eche local government area of the state. The governor said he would never bow to any threats or intimidation that would never appeal to anybody. He maintained as well that nobody could bow him over. It's a well dated one, and you can always read more on today's edition of the Punch newspaper. And here is the headline: Those plotting my death will die first. This is according to Wiki.
Still talking about crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party this morning. Those who left the strike PDP are now calling us boys. Wicked blows hot. And now to the detail. The Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike, has said some members of the People's Democratic Party who had dumped and worked against the party are now calling him and his loyalists boys. The governor spoke on Tuesday at the commissioning of the Aceh campus of the Rivers State University in Aceh local government area of the state. Governor Wike charged the Rivers State people not to be intimidated by those plotting to silence them. He said those of them who made sure that PDP never survived since 2015 that destroyed PDP are talking today. Those of them who left this party are today calling us boys, the boys that stayed back and kept the party. So if you're a Rivers man, you don't need to be intimidated by anybody. I pity any Rivers man going to pick crumbs from the table. We must take our rightful position. If you don't agree, you must agree. All right, these are the exact words of Nyesom Wike this morning. Those who left the straight PDP are now calling us boys. Wike blows hot. This report is coming from the Daily Post newspaper.
And joining you to talk Wiki was on the Punch newspaper. Rivers won't give PDP free vote, says Wiki. And on the detail, River State Governor Nyesom Wike has said votes from the states in the 2023 general election will be put where a concrete reward is guaranteed for such electoral support. The governor also said his life was in God's hands, saying anyone or group planning to eliminate him will die first. We can reveal that some of the close associates have expressed concerns over his safety, but he has told them not to be bothered because God was on his side. The governor said at the appropriate time, we will decide on what to do. I want Rivers to people to reflect on this before since 1999 we have brought the highest votes to the People's Democratic Party. I challenge any state to say they have brought more votes for the PDP. Which state has given more support than River State since 1999? Show me one federal project in River State. Is there any? So if you want a vote, then tell me what you will give Rivers people. A vote and not for dash anymore. Well, you can always read more. And here is the headline: Rivers won't give PDP free vote, says Wike.
Still 7 year report making the round, and of course, in Nigeria, we've told Britain, others, what will happen to Nigeria if Northern becomes president. This is coming from Pandef, and of course, that's one of the highlights to the report we've taken this morning. And another development: only Nigerians who love suffering will vote a party in 2023. This is coming from Abdullah. A former Minister of Sport, Bolaji Abdullah, has cautioned Nigerians against voting a particular political party in 2023. Abdullah said only Nigerians who love Sovereign would vote for that party to remain in power 2023. Addressing journalists in Ilori, Kwara State on Tuesday, the former minister said the ruling party has ruined Nigeria, stressed that Nigerians have suffered enough under the administration. All right, for more on this report, you can pick up today's edition of the Daily Post newspaper. Presidency. Only Nigerians who love suffering will vote the ruling party in 2023. Abdullah. Ẹ jẹ́ pa ọ́. Hindi mo balabalain. Kaya, that story that story.
Reps tackle Accountant General over records of 6 billion naira income generated by SEG. Members of the House of Representatives on Tuesday knocked the office of the Accountant General of the Federation for failing to provide evidence of 25% of the 6 billion naira internal revenue generated by Securities and Exchange Commission for the 2020 fiscal year. Lawmakers faulted SEC during the interactive session with the Commission's Director General, Lamido Yuguda, on a review of the 2020 to 2022 budget defense and 2023 to 2025 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal policy paper. The session was chaired by Chairman, House Committee on Finance, Honorable ADEOGUN James Faleke. Trouble started when Honorable Faleke requested for AGF's evidence of the 738 million naira, representing 25% of the SEC revenue in 2020. Responding, the AGF said, "We have their record, but not here, but we issued the receipt, so we can confirm it because they are not part of the schedule we are supposed to have today." Commenting on the inquiry regarding the evidence of the 25% remittance of the 6 billion naira revenue generated in 2020, the SEC boss pointed out that there is an automatic deduction of the money from the source, adding that the system is too effective. Speaking on a question regarding the period where the Commission makes a marginal profit, Iguda confirmed that the SEC makes an operating surplus in its operation on revenue remitted to the Consolidated Revenue Fund as provided by law. The SEC boss disclosed that the Commission is self-funded, adding that it's expected to remit 25% of its revenue at source. You can always read more, and this is the headline on today's edition of the Daily Post newspaper. Reps tackle Accountants General over records of 6 billion naira income generated by SEG.
From the Punch newspaper this morning, fuel scarcity hits Abuja as marketers short stations. Many filling stations were shut on Tuesday, leading to lengthy queues by motorists for premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, at the fuel outlet that dispensed the commodity in Abuja and neighboring states. Petrol scarcity resumed again in the Federal Capital Territory and environs on Tuesday after about a month break as motorists and other PMS users imagined when they would see the last of fuel queues in Abuja. The petrol scarcity and its attendant queues on Tuesday were due to the warning strike embarked upon by the Suleja Depot branch of Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria. The oil marketers commenced the 3-day warning strike on Monday and stopped their members from lifting petrol from the depot to more than 5 states in the north, including Abuja, a development that caused scarcity on Tuesday. The two ever-busy filling stations, Konoi and Total, located right in front of the headquarters of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, shut their doors to customers on Tuesday. A reason being that they had no products to dispense. However, black marketers in front of the filling stations and opposite NNPC headquarters used the opportunity to sell their wares at higher rate to motorists. Of course, this report is quite pathetic, yes. From the Punch newspaper, fuel scarcity hits Abuja as marketers shut stations.
And take a verse from the Daily Post newspaper. Reps Committee directs Finance Minister to sack FCCPC Director of Finance. The Committee on Finance of the House of Representatives has asked the Minister of Finance, Zina Ahmed, to sack the Director of Finance of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Committee, ADEOGUN, over extra budgetary spending. At a hearing on the medium-term expenditure framework, the committee discovered that the agency spent about 2 billion naira without budgetary approval in 2021 and spent about 3 billion naira in 2022. James Faleke, the chairman of the committee, directed the clerk of the committee to write a letter to the Minister of Finance to sack the finance director. He stated that the FCCPC, which is a fully funded agency, spends their internally generated revenue against the provision of the Constitution and the Fiscal Responsibility Act. You can always read more. Reps Committee directs Finance Minister to sack FCCPC Director of Finance.
Let's talk education again as JAMB NUC threatening to sanction varsities. Let's take you through the report now. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board and the three regulatory agencies for tertiary education in the country, the National Universities Commission, National Board for Technical Education, and the National Commission for Colleges of Education, have said they will sanction institutions that sell application forms for the conduct of the 2022-2023 admissions. Newsmen gathered that the move was meant to curtail the high rate of irregular admissions conducted by institutions. The Punch report that the conduct of the 2022-2023 admissions commenced in August 2022, with JAM pegging the deadline at December 31st, 2022. Though some institutions are yet to commence the admission processes, JAM said it would sanction institutions that sell application forms to candidate. The board directed that all applicants must be routed through the Central Admission Processing System in a document titled Serialization of Guidelines for the 2022 Admissions Exercise, which was made exclusively available to newsmen on Monday. The board noted that it was working alongside the three regulatory agencies for tertiary institutions. All applications of admissions to first degree, national diploma, national innovation diploma, and the Nigeria certificates in education into full-time, distant learning, part-time, outreach, sandwich, etc., must be processed only through JAM. This report is broadly written on the Punch newspaper. Irregular admission, JAM, NEC threatening to sanction varsities.
And very quickly, let's take this from Daily Post newspaper. X-Men collaborating with terrorists to execute common agenda. Governor Otom tells USA. And now moving on to the detail. Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State has alleged that some Fulani herdsmen are operating in collaboration with terrorist groups to sustain the attacks on the state. The governor made the allegation in an interview with the Epoch Times TV in Washington, D.C., United States of America. Otom, during the interview anchored by Douglas Boston, pointed out that from the information available to him, terrorist groups including the Boko Haram, RSRS, ISWA, and armed Fulani herdsmen are working for one agenda. The governor emphasized that the terrorists were the same group of people operating under different names and causing havoc across Nigeria. Governor Tom further stated that the enactment of the Open Grazing Prohibition and Ranches Establishment Law of the state was one of the ways his administration aimed at providing solution to the lingering crisis between the herdsmen and farmers. You can always read more on today's edition of the Daily Post newspaper. Atmen collaborating with terrorists to execute common agenda, and this is coming from Autumn Itels USA.
All right, we just have to take a pause right here so you can be part of a program. So many reports making the round in Nigeria. PDP neck divided over call for Ayush removal. 17 PDP governorship candidate visit Wike in Rivers. Different reports here and there in the country. But for you to be part of a program this morning, we just have to stop right here so we can open the phone lines. The studio lines are 0909 444 1025, 0909 444 1025, or 0905 897 3138. Remember to stay away from your radio so we can enjoy ourselves on the show this morning. And do remember to keep your comments very clean. No attack on personality or opinion.
Hello, good morning. Good morning to your name and where you're calling from. So, good, so glad to have you. All right. God bless you too. Thank you for your comments. 0909 444 1025, 0909 444 1025. You can also dial 0701 384 1025, 0701 384 1025. The program is the mainstream on Tiwantiwa 102.5 FM. It is a program where we get to take you travel the nation by some selected national dailies. Hello, good morning. Good morning. You're welcome. Thank you for your contribution, Mr. Bani Abubakar.
You're still on to TNT Radio 102.5 FM, 0905 897 3138. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
The project is handle of people in the river state. You can imagine that. The state that the government draw revenue from, constantly, they do not benefit to execute one federal government project there. And look, Nigerians should please wake up. They should please wake up. There is a lot of things going on in this country that is injustice and it's not fair. Thank you. This is my comment.
All right, thank you for your comment. Let's see who is here. Hello, good morning.
I am wondering, and what allow them what
Good to have you.
uh, the outspoken honorable minister of police that is telling Nigeria that in Nigeria now he should please stop taking our life back as killer. It is telling the whole world that security has been destroyed. You know, imagine what happened yesterday. Whole world that security has been destroyed in Nigeria can keep up even with convoy can take that from Abuja to his hometown and Guantanamo. Because as we are going, we are growing, we are getting here and to our death. And for everything we share on earth will be accountable.
All right.
God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
God bless you too. Thank you for your comments. Good morning, TNT FM. That's the call. Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from. Glad to have you.
We don't have the right information. And our minister is reporting to the world that
Are you even supposed to play video in the first place on air?
I didn't know it's status.
Blessing, status. Really?
and if you can do that, we don't have to
See me in my office after this program.
the back is not security and so it's unfortunate. We have to tell to the authority. It's not okay if we have and you give an opposite of information to the government. And that is very official. But we have to reassert and do things right.
God bless you too. Thank you for your contribution on the program, Mr. Nolapo. 070138411025. 070138411025 or 090944411025. 090944411025 or 0905897338. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from. Good to have you.
God bless you too. Thank you for your comments. AFEEZ, let's see if we can pick probably two more calls. Hello, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from. Good to have you.
My brother and my sister, it's not because we want to be people. It's very bad to hear from the minister of education that they have nothing to do after their like that. It's very difficult. It is a nation such as Nigeria that who is really good to offer anything. But you don't say because people are doing all this. I say all good things that Nigeria and that way they still want to do or find their strike. It's terrible. But when we have to our people, we have to be forgotten. So that's what I want government to be they go back to the last
Amen to your prayers.
All right, thank you for your contribution and thank you for adhering to the rules. You know, it's stated categorically that
with your comments.
if not that,
You've got to say the way we feel.
you know, I will definitely get to some personalities and you know how that is likely to end. Thank you. for adhering to the rules. Hello, good morning. All right, thank you for dropping by on the program. It's 3 minutes to 8 o'clock, and we are set to leave the studio now. We thank you for your time and attention. Let's do this again tomorrow morning, same time, same station, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock on Tiwantiwa FM 102.5 FM. Keep being the patriotic citizen of Nigeria. And I can tell you categorically that United will stand the test of time. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. I am AFEEZ Abu.
And I am blessed and ADEOGUN. Yes, keep being a patriotic citizen. You know, a nation is built all together when everyone play their own part. So let's keep believing in Nigeria and things will be better one day soon. I pray. My name is Blessing ADEOGUN. Do have yourself a very productive day.